this next topic because, I think it's unrealistic to think that couples will never fight.
You have to fight.
It's got to be unhealthy.
Right.
If you never fight, then there's a lot of stuff you're just not talking about. So the question is, how do you fight in a healthy, constructive way to resolve hurt feelings and to get to a better place?
Yes.
And who better than our marriage and sex therapist, Leslie Gustafson, to make it happen?
Yay!
So fighting is a good thing.
Fighting is a necessary thing. No fighting concerns me, just like you said. That's a lack of authenticity when people aren't fighting, right? You're not really getting in there. But
you're right.
The first thing I have to say, everything else depends on, which is this. It matters if you have a shared mindset. And the mindset needs to be this, that our goal, as in any kind of communication, is to stay connected and be loving through it.
Okay.
This is not a time for ego. This is not a time for competition. This is the time for collaboration. This is working together. This is getting yourself out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. One of my favorite quotes is, beyond who's right and who is wrong, there is a field. I will meet you there.
Yeah.
And you're going to be working on things, okay? Now, really key to working on things is, can you quickly enter into a centered, calm place for yourself?
Right.
It's a skill to learn. It's critical. If you can't, not time to do the hard dialogue. You've got to be centered, people, and calm, and learn how to do that.
Right.
Otherwise, it escalates and no one hears anybody, and it gets catastrophic, right?
It's kind of the same. I always find, like, let's go to a neutral place. Like, let's go out to the park or something.
That can work
we can
really.
Get ourselves in the right head space.
Yes, and if it's already starting out and it's really combusting, then you guys got to go, woo, we're not ready to do this.
Totally.
And it's not about anger. Anger is a surface level emotion. You may feel really mad, but let's get underneath it to the real emotions of hurt or unmet needs or wants that aren't getting realized. And you're always, 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 if you can, this is the hardest thing, to stay in the first person. If the word you starts coming out of your mouth, guess what happens? Somebody gets defensive. You always, you never, you better, you should.
Yes.
That's not constructive. That's blaming.
Okay.
But I feel, I want, I need, I wish,
So
I
you'd
think.
say, instead of saying, you hurt my feelings, you would say, my feelings were hurt.
My feelings were hurt.
Right.
I'm feeling such and such.
Well, that's your
What
problem.
that does to your partner is it tends to take their defenses down.
It
they
does.
soften.
Yes.
And then they care.
Right.
But
For sure.
otherwise, they're ready to fight if you start calling them out on them stuff. You're not the expert of your partner, even though you think you are.
Right, totally. Right. Last thing I want is my parent telling me what I'm doing wrong.
Exactly. And a fight is still productive even if there isn't resolution. Did it go well? Were you heard? Did you understand each other? Is the problem still floating? That's okay. It may take another dialogue. It may need continuing working on it. So if you don't get to it like, now we know the answer, we have resolve.
Yes.
That can still be okay because, again, that mindset and the goal is connection and love and walking away more bonded.
The process itself
is everything.
As important as resolving it.
Right. The process is more important.
Okay.
It is more important what the experience is like and what you walk away feeling after.
Right. What do you do if they, like, for the couples that don't fight? Because there's times JJ and I don't fight, and then when the fight happens,
you
it's
bring
like
up all the kitchen sink.
All of a sudden I'm fighting and I don't really know why I'm fighting, but the emotion feels great because I haven't had that emotion in a while. So we're fighting. I mean, is that normal?
Yeah. What it says to me is that there was a need for connection, and there was a need for heartfelt connection, and it had been backburnered.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you weren't getting in with each other more consistently all the time, saying, I'm struggling, I'm hurting, or I'm frustrated, or this is what's going on with me. So it built up, and then you're like, blah!
Right. Right.
All this makes
I just
perfect
have
sense,
feelings.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I love it. It's not easy to do.
No.
But
and that's why it's the art of fighting well. It takes work. It takes learning how. It does require nuance and finesse and working together and trying again.
But when it gets too heated, there's nothing wrong with saying, we're going to stop right here.
It's important that you do, because we even know from research that if you are arguing and your blood pressure is high, no learning is occurring, your mind isn't really working, and it's not even productive.
Okay.
Gotcha, girl.
Yeah.
Man, I love when you come on the show.
I do too.
And the next time I say to my sweetheart, my feelings were hurt,
Yes.
the answer better not be, that's your problem. Oh my God.
It's love. Okay?
Is that
It's
what
love
you say to
years of
JJ?
love.
Because that's not a loving response.
And then you would say back, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going to start again another day. Your ego's still involved. Right, Leslie?
Set aside ego.
AuthenticandTrue.com is the website to get hooked up with Leslie, and she's great on social media.
Yes.
From there, you can meet her on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Keep the conversation going. Let's study the art of fighting.
Yes.